Hey guys, Crystal Grace here. Welcome back to another pick a card reading. This one is all about what have people recently realized about you. So we have three piles to choose from. Pile number one, we have underneath it all. Pile number two, we have know your flow. And pile number three, we have cultivate courage. To connect with one of these piles, you may be called to connect with the wording. Maybe you're called to be connected to the imagery. So we'll utilize these cards to do a quick energy check-in, and then we'll find out what have people realized about you. Whilst you were picking your pile, quick disclaimer, please stop. Don't do that. Quick disclaimer, yes, I have cats, and yes, sometimes they interrupt your readings, and if that bothers you, this is not your channel, hence why it's called Cats and Cards. Also, if a message begins to trigger you and in any way, please trust I don't sit here and conjure negative energies or messages to ruin your day, evening, or night. So with that said, let's jump into it. Let's find out what have people realized about you. Pile number one, welcome to your reading. Before we jump into this energy check-in, I just want to pull a couple of more cards. Stop doing that. Stop it. Learn. So we've got cut the cord, learn more about each other. Excuse me. Let's move this over here for. Alrighty. Look at her, she's pissed. This is Sweetie, everyone. If you are not familiar with Sweetie, she likes to be really cute. I'll just put this little money thing back on. Oh, now it's broken, so she'll be happy. She's broken it. Okay. Whatever. Who cares? They're going to break it anyway, aren't they? That's what they do. Cats. She's normally pretty good. Alrighty, so underneath it all, the vibe I get from this, like some of you could be you may have a lot of piercings, you might have curly hair here, you might like the beach with the ocean waves. A lot of you may have your may wear fake eyelashes. Okay, this is getting out of control. You may have fake eyelashes. Oh my God, what's going on here? This energy feels very like unstable, like fumbling energy. Like I feel like I'm fumbling too. I nearly knocked all these cards off the table as well here. So yeah, take that as it resonates. So some of you could be feeling like a bit unstable at the moment. And I feel the reason why you might be feeling unstable is because for some of you may want to cut the cord with somebody, but I feel like the universe is trying to tell you to learn more about each other before you cut the cord. If that's not resonating, then I guess cord cutting is your forte and you really know how to do it. I think underneath it all, also, let's go back to that card. You could be jumping from different stages of your life. You could be jumping from different areas of your life very erratically as well, because I feel like I'm more in an erratic sort of energy. And there's nothing wrong with that. It just means life's going very fast paced for you guys at this time, and it will slow down eventually. So just take it as it comes. But underneath it all sort of gives me this vibe, like some of you could be really pretending, like faking it till you make it. You could really be showing up to, different environments in your life, like that everything's good, everything's fine, but underneath, you need to cut the cord with something, someone, a situation. Maybe it's in order to learn more about somebody else. Maybe it's to learn more about yourself, right? But underneath it all, she seems to be displaying like this fake smile, in my opinion. Fake it till you make it, sort of the motto that I'm really picking up. And I think you guys dress to the nines. If you're not dressing to the nines, like you just always look really well presented. You could even walk out with bed hair. If you've got curly hair, you're very blessed like that. I can throw my hair up in a bun and just carry on with my life. Whereas, some women out there have got to like get the straightener out and do their fringe. And yeah, curly hair people do have a tendency for a little bit less maintenance when it comes to hair. Not all curly hair people, because then there's those intense curls. So let's go with wavy. But yeah, I kind of feel like these oceans are a representation of, you know, this ocean, or these waves, I should say, of emotion, right? Water is affiliated with emotion. So I feel like there's a lot going underneath the surface for you guys. Some of you could be at breaking point, but I feel like with this cut the cord and learn more about each other, I think you know you need to cut the cord with somebody, but you want to get to know somebody or know more about a situation before you completely cut it off, because you're not really sure if what you're picking up is the right thing, because you might be in a unstable sort of energy at this time. So yeah, I think a lot of you who have, some of you could be hairdressers here. Some of you could, you know, love your literature, love reading books, like especially by candlelight. Yeah, color red. Some of you may love the color red here. You could work with the moon. You know, there is moon magic energy, I feel like, probably with all of these cards. No, not with all. But yeah, I think the best advice for you guys right now, if that's all resonating, just allow divine timing to unfold for you. And what you may actually find is cords will be cut when they're meant to be cut after lessons have been learnt from each other. Could also apply to some of you. So let's get into it. Let's find out what people have recently realized about pile number 1. We won't take reversals. Feeling different. I'm gonna Queen of Swords. We're gonna Dame of Swords. The Lovers. 2 of Wands. On the bottom of the deck, we've got Coexist. So the deck I am using, if anyone is interested, is Secrets of Paradise Tarot, and it has additional 3 extra cards, I guess. 78? Yeah, so 3. Oh, 70. Is it 78 or 76? Doesn't matter. But let me just double check. I should know this. Why 78? Why do I question my brain? Because it's early in the morning. No, it's not too early. It's 10 o'clock. What I will do though, so we understand that coexist is, I'll just grab the book. I don't know. I'm probably more looking. This could have something to do with work though. Like coexist, see how everyone on here is very unique and very different. Like they're all different religions as well. So maybe what people have recently realized about you is you're a massive advocate in regards to everyone can get along with everyone. I also feel like what people have overall realized about you, pile 1, is that you play a very fair game. Like you don't judge people because they're of a different ethnicity, different race, different religion. I think what people have realized about you is you could coexist with literally anyone. Like you're very open-minded. You're also very grounded, although there is that energy check-in where things might be a bit erratic. Maybe some people see you as erratic because you can just get along with anyone. You know how there are some people who are very small-minded, stuck in their ways, and do really struggle to, you know, open themselves up to people of, in their opinion, indifference, right? So yeah, I think with this coexist, it could even be like what some people may have realized about you is that they want to coexist with you, right? Like that you would be a good person to coexist with. And the reason why I picked that up is because we do have the Lovers card here. Now, with the Queen of Swords, you know, this is a cool Queen of Swords, really. Like she's surrounded by a plant. She's sort of got a bit of an earthy vibe to her. So I feel like, you know, what people have realized about you is you are very grounded. You could be very happily single as well here. She's giving me very strong single vibes. And isn't this an interesting, like, swords energy? Because the Page of Swords, I believe, would be the Dame. I'll just double check that, though. The king doesn't say. That's weird. One would assume that the dame is the page, but let me just double check. Oh, yeah. Princess of Pentacles, dame. So it's the knight, sorry. The dame is the Knight of Swords. Yeah, so what we have here is a very fun sword energy, right, of these court cards. So I definitely feel like this aligns with this coexist energy. People really want to like get to know you. I think at this time, people really want to understand you a lot more. You're a highly intelligent person here with the Queen of Swords coming out. I also feel like with the Knight of Swords, you're very hard to catch. Like you're very hard to like be able to catch up with. You're very hard to like if people see you walking around at the shops or something, they may like be trying to rush to like finish their transaction, try and catch up with you, but you're very fast, like the speed of light. And I think you guys think very fast as well. So you could be in a conversation. What people have realized about you recently is you're highly intelligent, but you're also very stable and grounded. You're very earthy as well here. And that's what I pick up with these plants surrounded by the Queen of Swords. You like to dance. You kind of like the life of the party. It's funny. I kind of get like Pentacles energy and Wands energy with these two sword court cards, which is really cool. That's why I like working with different decks. And imagery. So yeah, I definitely feel like you're very direct, you're very blunt, but I feel like I feel like with the plants and stuff, you're very direct and very blunt is what people realize, but at the same time it's always coming from a positive place. And I don't think you're brutally direct. I think what people have recently realized about you is that you're always just maybe playing. Like you're actually your direct and bluntness is actually more how you maybe flirt. Okay, so people are realizing, because you've got lovers here, what people have realized about you is like they definitely have their eyes on you. They see you as a potential lover, a potential suitor here. But definitely people have realized that you are quite fun to be around. But you're like, I feel like there's this cat and mouse energy coming through as well. Like people have realized you're very hard to catch. Like you're not easy to pursue. You're not easy to land in a relationship. Like I think what people around you, potential suitors, if that's what's sort of happening around you, pile one, what they're realizing about you is like you're not just anyone. You're very, very unique. You're very different. You're very original. And I also feel you're very independent as well. Now, she's wearing sunnies, right? This Queen of Swords. So it gives me the impression what people may have recently realized about is like you don't wear rose-colored glasses. I could never imagine a Queen of Swords wearing rose-colored glasses, or maybe for some of you, what people have realized is that you pretend to wear rose-colored glasses. Like you may you may not let on, and another thing that's coming through, what they've realized, you may not let on how smart you actually are. And then it's when people are trying to pursue you, they realize how smart you are. With this Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords are known to have like commitment issues too in a romantic sense. So you could have commitment issues as well in business too. Like, I want to like, invest in property, but then you're like, no, it doesn't feel right. Like, you may not trust easy as well is what I'm picking up here. And that's what people have realized. Like you don't just hand over, what's the word I'm looking at for? Like you don't just allow anyone into your life. You don't just allow anyone to like sort of step to you romantically, even friendships as well, is what I feel with this Knight of Swords next to the Lovers. So I think that's quite interesting. And then we have the Two of Wands and the Ace of Cups, right? So this is definitely reiterating this energy that I'm picking up, that you do move with caution. Like Two of Wands with the Ace of Cups talks about somebody who will put plans in place to find loves. They've already got a plan, a potential plan in place, what a romantic relationship would look like, is what maybe some people have recently realized about you. On another end, with this Lovers card, people may, what they've realized about you is you have a lot of different potential suitors around you. There's a lot of people who are interested in you, right? People may have recently realized about you also with the Cupid angel flying around that, isn't it funny how he's holding on to the red surfboard? Like there's a lot of red here. So I think maybe a lot of people are realizing like they've got, like they're very sexually attracted to you. They're very romantically interested in you. And that's what I think a lot of people have recently realized about you. But with this Cupid, what I was going to say is it's like they've, what they've realized is they feel like, you know, they've been struck by Cupid's arrow. So if you were out recently, I feel like you have, and you were coexisting, mingling with people who are all very unique to you. I think these people could be like, well, I never thought I would be ever interested in somebody like pole one, like they're so different to me. They have come from a different, you know, nationality, different race, religion. I feel like what people are realizing about you is maybe they could coexist with somebody who is completely different to them, right? But yeah, the Two of Wands here, people are definitely indicating, people are definitely realizing that you could have options. I see these two surfboards as you having two lovers, because the Lovers card can indicate two choices in love. So maybe what people have realized is that you've chosen somebody else over another person, if that correlates with you, and you're about to start a new relationship with this Ace of Cups there. We do have this like person, she kind of represents Mary, I guess, looking down on the pearl, right? I just feel like what people have realized about you, pearls are very rare to find. And like when you find a pearl, you never want to let it go. And I actually think people are realizing like your value, your worth. And I actually feel like some people, what they could be realizing with this Two of Wands and the Ace of Cups is they chose somebody else, and there is this sense of regret. So that won't apply to all of you, but some of you, like if you were second best to somebody else romantically, I believe what that person has realized is that they, they're reminiscing. I see the Six of Cups in my third eye, that they should have chose you. So that is what I've got for you guys. Let me know if that resonated, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hey, pile 2, welcome to your reading. So those of you who chose Know Your Flow. So I'm just going to pull a couple of these. Release desire to control. And we have too many. Go on. Don't get many cards. Romantic connections. Cool. Sexual chemistry on the bottom of the deck. So the vibe I'm picking up here, Know Your Flow, and with this release desire to control, there is some lessons that have been recently learned amongst you. I think the more you've realized, the more you release control or the desire to control, it allows things to flow more naturally, right? Especially in your romantic connections. It could be friendship connections, workplace connections as well here. But I feel like you finally know where you fit in, maybe in life in general. I think you guys have finally realized like who you are and what you bring to the table as well. So because of that, it gives me the impression that you have realized like your worth, your sense of self-love, your self-worth, and that is now allowed you to easily release control of romantic connections, because if people don't want to step to you the correct way, they will just step aside, or you're happy for them to step aside. There's no this fixation anymore, like, is John going to call me? Is James going to call me, or like Susan or Stacy or Rachel, I feel like you have finally got this impression like what's meant for me will be for me. What's meant for me will come to me. What's meant for me will be mine. Not me having to like force people to spend time with me, or force people to, not so much force is the wrong choice of word, or sitting around like waiting for somebody to show you how they feel. Like if people aren't showing you, taking action towards you, I feel like a lot of you have accepted the fact that, well, you don't show, I'll give you X amount of time to show me action, and then if they don't show you action, like you're happily and easily able to move on without giving a fuck, is sort of the vibe. Like you finally found flow within yourself, is sort of what I'm picking up. So if that sounds like you, great. Let's find out what have people realized about you. So I've decided to shuffle a little bit differently. I'm just going to pull the cards like this, which is not usual for me. On the bottom of the deck, we have La Bougia, which is Mortician, I guess. I don't know where this, I guess it's, I'm not sure where, it's Letitia, so, yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't read the book. Alrighty, so what we have here is we've got the Magician. We've got King of Cups, Five of Swords, Four of Wands, Six of Swords, and the World. Is that the World? Yeah, that's the World. There's the World on there. Alrighty, so the Magician is the overall energy in regards to what people have realized about you. I don't know. I think I actually kind of feel like with the energy check-in that we just sort of tapped into, I actually feel like what people have realized about you is how like whether or not how magical you are, pile two, or that you finally realize the magic you have within you. Like I feel like you stepped into a very empowering or powerful energy, and what people have realized is that you now know what you're bringing to the table. You know now the magic that you hold within, and like I think a lot of you or what people have realized is like, when you're around, everything's better. When you're not around, things kind of turn to shit, right? I also feel like what some people have realized is like she's definitely punching witchy woo-woo vibes, right? So people could definitely have recently realized that you are, you know, a witch. And that's great. Look at this King of Cups riding this shark. That is like, I'm loving the artwork. It's a new deck for me. So first time I'm seeing the artwork and I'm fucking digging it. But yeah, like King of Cups riding a shark. Like, you know, that's a very, when you think, a very magical thing to see, really. Like for somebody to be able to tame a goddamn shark, like you must be a witch, you must be a magician, like you must be super magical to be able to tame a shark. So what could be an analogy for a shark? Like it could be just really toxic people. You might be able to, like what people realize about you, you can diffuse any sort of toxic situation because of your well emotionally balanced self, right? Is what people could have recently realized. You could tame, like he has two fins too, which is interesting. I've never seen a mermaid with two fins. So that could mean like there could be two sides to you. Maybe you're very emotionally well balanced, and then on the other side you can be fucking very cutthroat like a shark as well. There is what some people could have realized about you with this King of Cups. But for the vast majority of you, I would definitely say what people have realized about you is you can control a lot of situations because of your emotional intelligence, right? You are highly emotionally intelligent here. And I think a lot of you, what people have realized about you is that you can't rock pile two's boat when they're so grounded. So thinking back to that energy we picked up with, what was it? Knowing your flow. Like no one can fuck with your energy when you're when you have inner peace, like, or when there is inner peace within, right? So people who have realized about you, it doesn't matter what they throw at you, it's not going to rock your boat. Like, if anything, you'll grab life by the horns, or you'll grab a shark by its fin, and you'll ride that wave, right? Is sort of the vibe I'm picking up there. But you are very much some kind of mastermind, you know. I think someone realizes what they've realized about you is you're some kind of mastermind when it comes to manipulation, right? So it could be positive manipulation, it could be negative, I don't know, take it as it resonates. And then we have the Five of Swords here. So if that manipulation vibe is sort of coming through there, please don't, come here, come sit here and I'll give you pats while I read, okay? Yes, you're so cute, little baby. So we have this Five of Swords, right? So that could be, it's a nice little segue of this energy, of this manipulative energy with the King of Cups. Take it with a grain of salt. It doesn't mean you're a narc or anything like that. Basically, it's the vibe I'm picking up is like, if people come for you within a Five of Swords energy to try and fuck your shit up, I think you very much know how to manipulate a situation, or at least this is what people have realized. There's no point going up against pile two, because you would be highly intuitive. You already see what everyone else is not seeing. Like, you're already 10 steps ahead of a situation because you've been able to see something that no one else can see. I think if people are bitching behind your back, talking smack about you behind your back, what people have realized is you know. And I also feel with this Five of Swords, you're not afraid of confrontation. You're not afraid of standing up for yourself. And this is what people have realized. I actually think with this King of Cups and the Four of Wands on the other side, what people have realized is you know how to hit them where it hurts. Like, you don't have to be aggressive. You don't have to go into a very toxic, volatile energy to stand up for yourself, is what people have realized. Like, you can handle conflict in a very passive, maybe aggressive manner here, right? I definitely feel with the Five of Swords, what people have realized is they can't rock your boat, right? Doesn't matter what bullshit they send your way, they can't rock your boat. Then we have this Four of Wands, right? So we do have two people that look like the same gender. So some of you, maybe what people, and we've got the beautiful rainbow flag here. So what some people have realized is that you could be in a same gender relationship for some of you, and that's just based off like what we're seeing in the imagery. And then for others of you, it could be the fact that the Four of Wands is a very happy, high vibrational card. It's one that talks about, you know, celebrations, marriages, like christenings, anything like that. So maybe what some people have realized about you is maybe for some of you have very unique or different traditional values is what's kind of coming through. I also feel like with this Four of Wands and the imagery I see is like what people have realized about you is that you're very open and accepting of all kinds of love. You don't discriminate when it comes to relationships. I think maybe people might have thought you did. And I feel like with this Four of Wands is confirming for some of you that people are aware that you are open-minded. It kind of gives me school vibes as well, you know. They could all be going to a school here as well. But I don't know. I think with the Four of Wands, I think people, what they've realized about you is you prefer to be operating in a high vibrational environment than a low one with that Five of Swords. Like, and I think also with the Six of Swords coming out and even the World, like you're not afraid to move away from situations that do not serve you. Like the Six of Swords, you know, in the traditional, like right away, the ocean is normally quite choppy. This is quite smooth. I feel like this could be a different message with these two cards down here. But yeah, I think with the Four of Wands, what people have realized about you is like you will dabble in confrontation if you have to, but you're a person who much prefers to operate in happier moments or, you know, deal with situations on a more high vibrational level than a toxic, you know, narcissistic one. Yeah, but so the Six of Swords is quite unique. Again, we have two very unique sort of people, but I don't know. He's obviously like the displaying like native heritage here, or ethnicity, I guess, based off what he's wearing. But she's covered in a blanket. So it kind of does give me the impression like maybe what people have realized about you is that you will give your shirt off your back to somebody else. That's the vibe. Like you will always put yourself, you'll always put others before you, even if it will cause a little bit of drama for you, is what I feel. I also feel like what people have realized about you is you always have people's back. You're right. You'll always look out for people's best interests, even if they're not that close, is what some people have realized about you. Even with that 5 of Swords energy, when I think about it, it's like you'll stick up for people, even if you're not that close to them, because of your morals or your political stance. Like if people are being like politically incorrect, I feel like what people have realized about you, Pile 2, is that you are more than happy to tell people when they're wrong. But you do it in a very like diplomatic manner, I would say. Like I would say you do it in a very friendly, non-invasive or aggressive manner. I think you do it in a very emotionally balanced way with that King of Cups. But yeah, the 6 of Swords can talk about somebody releasing stuff that no longer serves them. And again, going with your flow now, like you've moved away from things that do not serve you. And then we have the World, right? So this gives me the vibe. So to go from the 6 of Swords to the World, like, is that indicating that you've traveled around a lot? Maybe what people have realized about you is you're worldly traveled, like you've done a lot of traveling. And, we have this beautiful, looks like a female creature connected with the trees. And I just feel like what people have realized about you, why you're so down to earth and easy to get along with, is because you're not a fuckwit. Right. And I know that might not make sense to some of you guys where English isn't your first language, or maybe you're not Australian. But a fuckwit is like a person who's just, who's done a lot, has had a lot of fuckwit comes in all shapes and sizes. Let's be honest there. But the vibe I'm picking up is like, when you meet people, they've had a lot of success and they boast and gloat about it. I think what people have realized about you, you're really well traveled, like you're very well put together. Although you've come from a background of a lot of drama and a lot of conflict and a lot of bullshit, like you're presenting yourself to be somebody who could be more stuck up, more pretentious, more superficial. And I think what people have realized about you recently is like, you could be many things, like in that field of superficiality and like pretentiousness, but you're not. You're so in touch with nature. You're so in touch with your soul, is what people realize. It's like, pile number 2 could be a real bitch, but like they're not. Pile number 2 could be really like stuck up, but they're not. Like they'll literally talk to anyone. So that is what I have for you guys. I really hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hey, Pile 3, welcome to your reading. Those of you who choose Cultivate Your Courage. So just give me one moment. I'm going to pull 2 cards from the Faded deck. I thought there'd be more cards in here. Fuck all. We've got Sacred Friendship. And Beautiful Possibilities. We've got Karmic Relationships on the bottom of the deck. These cards are really pretty, but you got like 10 in the deck. Is that all? 13 enchanting cards. All right. Energy check-in. Cultivate courage, right? She looks genuinely happy, right? Like this woman, or human, I will say. Some of you could be a Leo here. She definitely gives Leo vibes. Isn't that funny? I wonder if they all had. They must all be affiliated with a sign. Maybe, I don't know. Irrelevant. But this person looks like they are on a high, but like on a spiritual high here. And maybe a lot of you who have picked this pile, you shine very differently, you shine very brightly, but you shine very differently in the eyes of those around you. And I think you have a lot of sacred friendships, right? You've probably had a lot of potential beautiful possibilities for beautiful relationships. But I also feel like for a lot of you, you attract the wrong kinds of suitors, right? You attract the kind that want to, like, you know, pull you down from the pedestal that you've had to work so hard for to get up on. And I think maybe for a lot of you who picked this pile, you've been very blessed with friends, but maybe not so much with lovers, right? But we have cultivate courage, and the vibe I pick up from that is like you've had a lot of bad experiences in romantic relationships, but you've always found the way back to, you know, having more courage to try again. I think a lot of you have not given up on love. And although at this very present time, you might be like, fuck love, like fuck relationships. I think once you've done the healing that's required to get you back in this like energy that this person seems to be in, you'll get back on the horse. So I don't think like a lot of you have given up on love yet, but some of you could be in that transitional period where you've just come out of a really toxic experience with a suitor. And so you're kind of like hating on suitors at the moment, but you know, once you've done the healing, you'll move forward and you'll sort of get back on the bandwagon. So that's sort of what I'm picking up here. I feel with this sacred friendship and the beautiful possibilities, I think where a lot of you are now is that, you know, in order to find the, you know, maybe your ultimate soulmate, is you need to focus on having a sacred friendship with them first, or at least that's what you're looking for. You're looking for somebody who, or you're being open to somebody coming into your life who's more focused on building a sacred friendship with you, to sort of discover with each other the beautiful possibilities you could have in being in a, you know, a full-blown relationship with somebody who is not a toxic cunt. So that resonates. Cool. Let's find out what people have realized about you. So I decided I'm going to pick these cards. Normally I just pull jumpers, but today I shuffle and then whatever comes out. I decided I'm going to do this. So we have the Knight of Cups. We've got the Princess or the Page of Pentacles, Ten of Swords, Four of Swords, and Temperance. Nice. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Six of Cups. Okay. All right, there's some, first time I've used this deck. So first time I'm seeing, well, not the first time I've used this deck, second time I've used this deck. So first time I'm seeing, I think, all of these cards, the imagery. This guy looks like he's got his foot in the fucking coconut. Anyway, Page of Pentacles looks on point, like very interesting imagery. What's he holding? Thought it looked like money. I think I've saw the Four of Wands. We do have a fan there, so it could be a fan. Who's that? What you doing, Shay? Please. So yeah, what have we got here? Okay, so the Six of Cups, obviously, like what people have realized about you is this could be like past people, okay, because we do have past energy represented here with the Six of Cups. But we do have this person working at, like, you know, an ice cream shop possibly. They're selling water, but they could be eating ice blocks. Either way, we have this person giving a child a cup, right? Gift giving. Water is an essential, right? She looks like she's getting a cup of water. And I only think that because the shop's got agua written on it, which means water, right? What have people realized about you? I don't know. Actually, this is the vibe I'm getting. What people have realized about you is you will only give them the essential of yourself, right? you're not going to just go and give people all of your energy, your time. And I think what people have recently realized, whether it's people in your past or current, okay, I got it now. Like, you're not going to just like drop everything and go running to people anymore. Maybe that's something that you used to do. And I think like your long-term friendships, even though they've been long-term, I think you used to drop everything and you'd always, text back really quickly and like, change your plans for your friends and even your lovers, particularly your lovers. And I think what people have realized about you is you've stopped doing that. You just give them the essential energy that you have to give, and you're not overexerting yourself anymore when it comes to those people around you. And that could have been a little bit hard for people to understand. But I feel like for a lot of you, when I think about cultivated courage, like you had to have cultivated the courage within yourself to stop doing more than those people around you, right? And I actually think people around you have realized this, pole 3. They've realized, like pole 3 is, not as like attentive to my needs like they used to be, whether or not that is what they would be, how they would be perceiving it. But I feel like there has been some realization that you still give your time, but not the same way. And they can't floor you on it because you're still there, you're still providing, but you're not like, she's only handing out a tiny little cup, right? And she's made, like, the girl has to reach. So it's like, I think with the Chariot underneath there, like, it's sort of like what people have realized is you're more focusing on your own obstacles and challenges in life. Like, maybe you're not taking on other people's problems like you used to. Like, if people would call you and be like, oh, this happened, you'd be fully invested and you'd take on people's problems, and you're not doing that anymore. Like, you kind of got a barrier up, right? You're kind of protecting your energy now. At least this is what people have realized about you. I still believe 6 of Cups is a very beautiful energy. It's an innocent energy, but I feel like you're protecting your energy is what people have realized. Like, you're not out there giving your energy to just any willy-nilly or whatever you want to say. The Knight of Cups is an interesting one. We've got this person on a horse. We've got a person with their foot in a coconut. Eating a coconut, but his back's towards her, right? So what people have realized about you is like, you're not paying attention to romantic offers at this time, or it could be the fact of what we picked up in the energy check-in. Like, what people are realizing about you is you're not open to love at this time. Like, you're kind of focused on doing your own thing. Even she has like this kind of energy about her, like, yes, here I am, but if you don't come towards me with an opportunity of value, like, fucking, like, I will end you, right? So you have a very confident energy about yourself at this time is what people have realized about you. I actually think with this Knight of Cups, what people have realized about you is they can't actually approach you at this time. They can watch you from afar because you're not interested. I actually think a lot of you, kind of doing a return to that energy check-in again. Sorry if I'm boring you, but it's sort of like, like you could be really shut off to love at this time, right? You're not focused. You don't care if, Jenny down the road has got an 8-pack or, wants to, sweep you off your feet on a horse on the beach. You're not interested, okay, is sort of what I feel. But you're very charming, okay? You're very attractive. I think a lot of people have a lot of like a sweet spot for you. And I think the more you're investing energy into yourself, the more appealing you're becoming to everyone around you. I definitely feel with this Page of Pentacles, it's making people want to have an opportunity with you because they don't have access to you, okay? I can't help to think this Princess of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, and the Ten of Swords, this definitely screams to me what people have realized about you is that you know your worth, right? Like, when you show up for people, you really do show up, or you used to show up, and that's ended now. You know, I think you're very picky and choosy, or at least this is what people have realized. You're very picky and choosy about who you're letting in now because of all the endings you've had. And I think you've had a lot of people leave you for dead. And I think a lot of you have even had friends like not support you in times of you know, tower moments, trials and tribulations, where like you got to a complete, like, you were in this, and they kind of hid behind the curtain until you were all better. I kind of feel like some of you may not have the support from those around you the way you support them. And, you know, I think I see you as this person here, like, well, take it as it resonates, but you're a person who is big on healing. You're a person who's healed from a lot. And I think you are very forgiving within reasons. But you're very beautiful is what I feel. I think a lot of you have had to endure a lot of bullshit because of your aesthetics, not because people wanted to get to know your soul. They wanted to, like, I feel like a bit of a trophy or a trophy wife, trophy husband kind of energy. A lot of people want you, but they don't want to provide what your soul yearns for, something along the lines of that. Princess of Pentacles definitely gives me the impression what people have realized about you is you're in a whole league of your own now. Like you're different now. Like there's something very different, and that has come from some kind of ending. Okay, Ten of Swords is a pretty fucked up energy. It's a fucked up experience one has gone through, and you know he's bleeding out into a pond, and she could be laughing behind that fan. We don't know. So for some of you, what people have realized, right, is that you've had a lot of these experiences where people purposely went out of their way and brought this Ten of Swords energy onto you, left you on the highway, right, left you by the wayside and gave zero fucks. And that would explain why you're in this Four of Swords energy now, or even Temperance energy as well. Like you ghost people now, like you don't invest your time and energy in people who have brought you a Ten of Swords experience, but you, because of those experiences that you have gone through that Ten of Swords, I feel like it's explaining this Four of Swords energy. It's like you are more focused on resting and healing and nurturing your body. And I think what people have realized about that is because of all the endings that you've had to endure. So you've pulled your energy back from people who may have not even done anything to you, but you're not available like you used to. And I think what people have realized about you is because like it was just 10 after swords, 10 after sword, 10 of swords experiences. It was just one like extreme experience or event after the other. And I think what people have realized about you now is like you are choosing more of a simpler life. Like you like to spend time alone. You like to be alone. You have no issues sleeping all day. You have no issues. Like, I think you like to buy nice things. I think you like to invest, you know, time and money into your aesthetics, into your body as well, maybe your home, with this Four of Swords. So I think a lot of people have realized like you've been pushed so far that you've taken back your power by just spending maybe more time alone at this point in time. Ten of Swords can also indicate that people have realized like you had a lot of fucked up shit happen to you, or you've recently had something fucked up happen to you. Okay, an opportunity may have been presented to you and it like you went after it, and I think it really fucked you up. For some of you that may resonate. You know, the Four of Swords is somebody who likes to relax and rejuvenate, you know, like looks after their skin, that sort of vibe. So people definitely realize you're not out there trying to find, you know, the next husband or wife. You're literally at home caring for yourself, nurturing for yourself is the vibe I pick up there with the Four of Swords. But I love this Temperance energy. Like she looks rocking, like smoking hot too. So I don't know. I just think people, what they've realized about you is you're more than happy to spend time on your own because you're happier. You're more happier, like you're more than happy to, yeah, I think focus on the healing. You must be in a very strong healing era at this time, or you've just come out of a Ten of Swords experience. So take that as it resonates. But, you know, temperance has always resonated with me with like angelic protection. So some people could be realizing that you are protected by angels, you are protected by the universe, and that allows you to live a more carefree lifestyle. It may even be the fact that what they've realized, pile 3, is that you're able to like get back on the horse like we mentioned before and keep moving, because you do believe, like, I think you do believe in love, and I think you do believe in destiny. And there is something within your soul that is telling you that like you are destined to, you know, come into union with a soulmate of, you know, of your stature. And until you do, like, you are happy to do your own thing is what I feel with this pile, or at least this is what people have realized about you. You're not settling anymore. And I think you've had that many endings, that people have realized, like, anything, there's been that many endings in your past and even maybe in your present, that you are choosing you now. Like, if people aren't choosing you the way that you choose them, you're not as available anymore. So that is what I have for you. Let me know if that resonated, and I'll see you next time. Bye.